Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Tracy, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to get multiple uses out of single products. So I have right here this trio of a bronzer, a blush, and a translucent powder, and I'm going to show you how you can use bronzer and blush for more than just your cheekbones. Let's go.
So the first thing I need to do is grab my translucent powder and set my face. I've already done my concealer and my foundation. Our Perfect Translucent Powder is a professional grade formula. It's going to absorb the appearance of any excess oil on your skin. It's not going to cake, crease, or cause any sort of flashback. So I'm just grabbing a big fluffy brush and dusting that powder all over my face, just a little bit under my eyes and on top of my eyelids to set that concealer that was there, and all over just to make sure that everything is mattified and set in place. Now I'm going to move on to bronzer. So we have a bunch of different bronzers to choose from. The one that I'm using is bronzer number 1, and it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. We have a bunch of other shades that are a matte finish, so there is no shimmer in them. Numbers 1 and 3 are actually the same color, just one is shimmer and one is matte. Now I'm going to go in with my bronzer. As you can see from this image, there are a bunch of different face shapes. So when you are contouring and using bronzer and highlighter, it's important to do it according to your specific face shape. When you're contouring or using bronzer, what you're really doing is bringing dimension back into your face. So depending on the shape of your face, you're going to want to put that contour or that highlight in different areas. The bronzer is going to add shadows, while the highlighter is going to add light into your face. So for me specifically, I am going to take that bronzer and go just kind of down right above the hollow part of my cheek, kind of on the bottom part of my cheekbone there. I'm just using an angle brush to buff that in. I'm also going down along my jawline, making sure that I'm blending it the way that I want to. I am going to take it up to my forehead just a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I got a little bit more bronzer on my brush there, and I'm just going in on that same line, just on the other side of my face, buffing that in to get the look that I want. Along with using bronzer according to your face shape, you also want to do it based on your personal preference. For me, I personally like a really light look on the top of my forehead. Some people like a much deeper look on the top of their forehead, and that's okay. It's really whatever you want. The other place that I'm going to take that bronzer is along my nose, and that's just kind of defining out my nose there. You could use a smaller brush. I just kind of turn it to use the pointy side of my angle brush there. I go right underneath my nose and also right below my bottom lip. It's all about blending. You just want to make sure you've got that all blended the way you like it. Now it's time for blush. Just like our bronzers, we have many different blush options to choose from. The one that I'm using today is number 1, Alive. These powders are very highly pigmented, which means that a little bit is going to go a long way. And bonus, they're going to last you a long time. So now I'm grabbing a big fluffy blush brush and I'm going to go in and apply that color. I'm starting on the apples of my cheeks and kind of patting that color in, going kind of right on the top of where I had applied that bronzer, just above it. I'm making circular motions to sweep that up towards my hairline. As you can see looking at both sides of my face, the side that has blush on it is just a little bit brighter, and it also gives a more youthful appearance when you add blush. Just like all the other steps, it's all about blending. You want to just get that color the way that you want it. Go back in and grab more if you need a little bit more. If you got a little bit too much, you can always buff it out with a diffuser brush. That's what's great about makeup. You can add, you can take away. It's really easy to do. I'm grabbing the big brush that I used for the translucent powder. I didn't even put more powder on it, but I'm just kind of going over the top of that to just blend it all together and just smooth it out. Now we're ready to do our eyes. I'm going to go in first with the blush color and take it on an eyeshadow brush and just go all over the lid. You're going to go back in and blend it, so you're just kind of patting that color everywhere that you want it. And I am pulling that color up a little bit higher just so that I'm getting a really well-rounded appearance of that color all over. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Go in and grab a little bit more color, pat it all over the lid, pull it up just a little bit. And again, don't worry about blending. We're going to do that in a minute. I'm grabbing an eyeshadow brush that doesn't have any color on it so that I can do the blending. I'm just kind of going on the outer edge there and making circular motions to blend it out. Just like on our cheekbones, we want to add some dimension to our eyes. So now I'm going to go into that bronzer with an angled brush. This is a Lime Life by Alcone brush number 9. It's an angled eyeshadow brush. I got a little bit on there and I'm just tapping it into the outer corner of my eye, going up a little bit into the crease, but not all the way down, and kind of making a V towards where my lashes are. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, patting that color in. Don't worry about if it's not blended yet. We're going to do that in a minute. Just pat that color where you want it. Now I'm grabbing that same brush I used earlier to blend. I'm going to make circular motions starting where I patted that color in, kind of taking it up to the outer edge and then down the crease just a little bit, but not all the way to the corner of my eye. I'll do the same thing on the other side, circular motions to blend that out, making sure there's no harsh edges and it's the way that I want it to look. Isn't that so pretty? I love those colors as eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush and go back into that bronzer and define my eye just a little bit more by going on my lower lash line. I'm going to start on the outside edge of my lower lash line and just pull that color towards the inner corner of my eye. Just following that lash line and blending it out. This is such a nice way to get a soft definition to your eye. Do you see the difference? That eye looks so much more defined than the one that doesn't have that color on that lower lash line yet. I'm going to go in and do the same thing on the other side. Grab a little bit of bronzer, pull it down across my lower lash line to define it out. You can use this same technique even with eyeliner. You could draw the color on with the eyeliner and then take a small brush to smudge it out and make a little bit of a smoky look. I'm going to go in and darken that other side up just a little bit to make sure that the color matches on both sides. There we go. Such a soft look with using just bronzer and blush. What's fantastic about these trio palettes is that you can customize them. You can choose any combination of our bronzers or blush that you want. And see, we have all of these beautiful colors to choose from. You could pick 2 blushes and a bronzer, 2 bronzers and a blush, or like I have, a translucent powder, a blush, and a bronzer. Anytime you purchase one of our collections or one of our customizable palettes is always going to save you money. This trio palette is $64. In addition to the trio palette, we also have a duo palette. So you could pick a blush and a bronzer, 2 blush, 2 bronzers, a translucent powder and a bronzer. The possibilities are endless. And the duo palette is $44.
All right, so there you have it. Blush and bronzer on your cheeks and your eyes. This makes for a super simple out the door look, and you're getting so much more use out of your products by using them for more than one thing. Now you're ready to move on and finish your face, maybe some mascara, if you wanted to put some eyeliner on, lips, and there you go. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like. And if you have any questions or you would like more information on this trio palette or any products at all, go ahead and put those in the comments below. I hope that you have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.
Here's the before and after of this look today. After I finished with my blush and bronzer on my eyes, I just grabbed our fiber lengthening mascara in the color black to add some color to my eyelashes. Then I grabbed one of my all-time favorite shades of our enduring lip colors, Ruby Chocolate. Love this color, and it looks good on literally everyone. The last step was just to spray my face with our Time Setter setting spray, and there you go.